FUSCO Satellite Network.
All right, joining us now for our continuing coverage of our special report, Super Bowl in Crisis. She's a co-host on FS1's Speak. Now, like most people, we don't watch the show ever, but, someone told us she was one of the most vocal critics of that, ref's terrible call. So, we decided to turn it on today, expecting a real deep dive into this true injustice. The show, they lead off with, where does Patrick Mahomes rank all time? Joy Taylor, what do you think this is, June?
I mean, it's time to have that conversation. We have to discuss now that the ink is dry, now that he's been awarded Super Bowl MVP and they've won the Super Bowl, we have to discuss where he ranks now.
Aren't you skipping over a few things there?
You're skipping over a little page in the history books here. You came out, Joy, didn't you? When the Super Bowl ended, someone told me you came out and you said it was a terrible call, didn't you?
What happened?
I didn't like the call. I mean, it was the correct call, but I don't like that they called it at that point in the game. And if it's going to be the only holding call that you have all game, how do you...
Exactly. There are certain times, as you said, that you shouldn't call something. Here, let me ask you a question, Joy, personal question. How do you live in LA? That's where you are?
I do.
And how you get around? What, Fox gives you a chauffeur? You drive around in a limo? What goes on there?
I drive a car.
Oh, surprising. Okay. Well, all right. So when you're driving your car, let me ask you this. You're driving your car around LA there. You see the speed limit says 35 miles per hour. How fast do you go? 35?
Usually around 40.
Oh,
okay.
So I'm seeing
there we go.
That sometimes a rule should be not, heeded. It should be ignored. Is that what you are saying?
In a sense, yes. I mean, it's still speeding, and I could still get a ticket. But I'd be upset, and it would feel a little egregious when there are people who are flying by, that kind of thing.
Yeah, then you would tell the judge you want a no trial, no contest mistrial.
Right, you'd say it's an unfair handling of the law, wouldn't you?
I would, and I probably would win.
There we go.
See,
that's what we're
Joy,
saying.
Wouldn't you admit the most important thing in this country, more important than NFL rules, is our American judicial system.
Exactly.
And the law clearly states that when a judge makes a mistake, I see you nodding along there, when a judge makes a mistake, what do? We declare a mistrial. So don't you agree? Come on. The Super Bowl declared a no contest.
So you think we need to erase the outcome of the Super Bowl because of the stall?
Yep. You strip the Chiefs?
I think the Chiefs are having their parade today, so I'm pretty sure that this Kansas City...
The Chiefs are having the parade. Just like when a team throws an incomplete pass and they rule it complete, they rush to the line of scrimmage. That's what the Chiefs are doing. They're trying to get a playoff and get a parade off before anyone can challenge it.
They're trying to close the book on it.
Yeah, that's a cover-up.
And you in the media, you're trying to move on with your bullshit.
Yeah, big cover-up.
Oh,
big media, big Chiefs.
5? Where does he rank? Joy. The Super Bowl is in danger, and I'm telling you, next year, nobody's going to watch. It's going to get beaten in the ratings by a rerun of Full House, and guess where the blood's going to be? On your hands in the media.
Yeah, we need to stick together here, Joy.
Yeah, we're brethren in the media. Come on. Don't you think we shouldn't move on? We need to dig deeper here?
I don't think it's a conspiracy, guys. I think that the referees did a decent job throughout the game, and that they probably overstepped in a really big moment, but at the end of the day, it was a hold, and there's a lot of things that happened throughout the game.
Tony, I didn't want to go here, but you are related to someone who used to play in the NFL. Aren't you? Your brother, Jason Taylor, and I just want to know, Joy, if I went and I looked at Jason Taylor's quote-unquote highlight reels of his great quote-unquote defensive plays, I wouldn't see any holding. Of course not, would I?
Why would he be holding? If anything, he would be getting held.
To let Zach Thomas make a tackle so he'd hold everybody. Yeah.
That's true. That's fair. Look, I think you guys are really focusing on the wrong things here. You played a pretty great game offensively. Jalen Hurts looks like the future of the team. The defense didn't show up, and that's really what caused them to lose this game.
How is a defense supposed to play defense if they can't hold? I mean, just ask your brother. He was holding all the time. You know what we used to call your brother? Not Jason Taylor, Jason Holder. That's what we call him. Come on. That's part of the game.
The defense had no sacks. They had a historic season and had no sacks.
They were getting held too.
They were getting held.
Come on,
holding's
Joy.
going on. It was like
Hear
one
us out
big
here,
hug
Joy.
fest.
Yep. From now on, until we get this resolved, your show Speak shouldn't talk about anything, any topics until this is resolved. All you guys should talk about is that holding penalty.
I can't do that, guys. It was a hold.
Oh, guess what?
Well, guess what?
Guess what we're going to do?
I'm not putting you on hold. I'm just going to go ahead and hang up the phone. Because you're off the show,
Joy.
You're no
off
joy
the
at
show.
all. You're misery. Yeah. We should call you
Holding
mistrial
on you
because you're
5
a
yards
mistrial.
off the show.
You're the Juju Smith-Schuster of this show. Get out of here. Stop holding us back.
10-yard penalty on you, Joy. Off the show.
Is she off the line?
Jay, hang up the phone.
You know, that was just a total waste of time, Tony.
Yeah, she was anything but a joy to talk to.
Good one. But, we probably should have known better. Should have known that the mainstream media would try and continue to cover up the story.
That's what they do.
That's what they...
Exactly.
Hold on. What? Oh, he's on the line? All right, here we go. All right, good. We'll shift course here. And we're going to go to our next guest, another person who's trying to, run circles here and run from the truth. So let's go ahead and go back to the FUSCO Satellite Network.
FUSCO Satellite Network.
And now we continue our special report, Super Bowl in Crisis. And we're joined by the former senior vice president of NFL Officiating, who's also the head of the command center there at Fox Sports that's supposed to catch the refs' mistakes during the games.
Yeah.
Not so in command this time, I guess. Anyway, Dean Blandino, tell us, on a scale of 1 to 10, how ashamed of your profession are you right now?
I'm not ashamed at all. I feel pretty good. I'm like an 8.5.
No, we asked you how ashamed you are. So I think...
how proud you are. How ashamed you are.
This is a bad sign, even worse sign for the refs.
Yep.
It's just getting
making
worse
bad
for the
calls
refs.
out of the gate.
So I take it you guys had a problem with how the game was officiated on Sunday.
Oh, you think so? It's not just us.
Just
everybody.
A tiny problem.
What was the only holding call in the whole game?
They don't call holding for the whole game. Then they call one holding. So let me ask you, Dean, don't you think the players on the field were saying, hey, they're not calling holding. Holding must be legal now.
Yeah.
It's possible that the players may have gotten a sense that, hey, I can get away with a little more during the game because they're not calling it. And I'm sure that went both ways, where maybe the Chiefs were doing it, maybe the Eagles were doing it. But I just go back to your team, your player, James Bradberry's comments, where he said, and I quote, "It was a hold."
What about the comments from Eagles quarterback Darius Slay?
Yep.
He said there's holding on every play. Every play is a hold.
And they just called that one.
So are you suggesting that there was something, I'm going to use a big word, I'm not sure if you guys are going to know what this means, nefarious going on?
Are you talking down to us again? The guy who couldn't know what a scale of 1 to 10, how a scale of 1 to 10 works?
Nefarious.
On a scale of 1 to 10, you're an 11 of an asshole. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Nefarious.
Also, he was within 5 yards, Dean.
That's not, defensive holding doesn't matter 5 yards. That's illegal contact, which I feel like Paulie wants to do to me right now.
It would be considered legal after what you're doing.
Let's say that the call was incorrect. What are you proposing that we do about it?
Oh, yeah. Have you heard of something called the American judicial system, Dean?
You ever heard of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have.
Well, we have rules in this country. If a judge makes a mistake, guess what they do? They declare a no contest.
Yeah,
so
mistrial.
we would like you, as someone who apparently has some sway with the league, even though they got rid of you, but, maybe still has some sway, could you go there and tell them, declare a no contest, fix this? Come on.
Okay, so, that would be unprecedented, that based on and not saying that it can't happen, but based on a judgment call in a game, it's not like they misapplied a rule or there was something.
Let me ask you a personal question. Sure. Dean.
Sure.
Where you live? In LA? Where you live?
I live in LA now, yeah.
So, okay, follow me here. And I know numbers are very difficult for you, as we've established, but here we go. Let's say you see a sign when you drive in that car. It says speed limit 35 miles an hour.
Yeah.
How fast do you go?
Well, yeah, I absolutely have driven over the speed limit, but if you know anything about, you have to know, okay, how much traffic is there, the speed of that traffic. I try not to go, look, you can be within 10 miles of the speed limit and be okay and not get pulled over. But once you start getting 20, 25, 30, hey, that's where it becomes an issue.
Well,
Don't you think James Bradberry?
James Bradberry, all he did was he touched Juju Smith-Schuster's little tap.
Jersey.
Okay, I get it. I get your tortured point. Is that so? You're saying if James Bradberry, if the speed limit was 35, he was driving like 38. That's what you're saying.
36, 35.2.
35.2.
Yeah.
You're maybe confusing him, Tony. There, that's a little confusing. Maybe the decimal system too much for Dean to understand.
So I go to Roger Goodell. I call up my friend Roger and I say, what? How do we approach this? I want to help you.
So Roger, I'm asking you on behalf of the whole profession of officiating, which is in total disarray, shamed right now.
Yep, totally in crisis.
Save us by declaring a mistrial no contest in the Super Bowl. Will you do that?
I will do that. I just don't know if we're gonna get the desired result. I think he's gonna think I'm kidding, and he's probably gonna hang up on me.
You know who's gonna hang up on you? It's not Roger Goodell.
It's not Roger Goodell.
It's us. Because
it's us.
So that is
guess
the most pathetic
Blandino?
answer. If anyone's a joke on this show, it's you.
Yeah.
Get out of
getting
here.
off the
You're
show.
off
You're
the
getting
show.
a flag thrown on you.
You're
off the show.
1 to 10. You just got a negative 4,000. Learn to
FUSCO
count.
Satellite Network.